redefine America's role in the world. It sharpens the America First doctrine into a transactional foreign policy that questions the foundations of the post-World War II order. And at its core lies a message with enormous consequences. Europe may soon be on its own. The strategy reframes U.S. national interest in the narrowest terms in decades. It argues that for years, allies, especially in Europe, shifted their security burdens onto the United States. Now the administration wants a dramatic pivot, pulling resources away from Europe and the Middle East to focus on homeland security and countering China. Its language toward Europe is unusually ideological. It warns that European societies face civilizational erasure due to migration and political polarization. It labels the European Union a hostile transnational body that undermines liberty and praises nationalist forces across the continent. Former diplomats describe the document as a far-right manifesto masquerading as strategy. On Ukraine, the NSS calls for an expeditious cessation of hostilities to restore strategic stability with Russia, signaling pressure on Kyiv to compromise. And while the U.S. says Ukraine's future matters, the document rejects NATO as a perpetually expanding alliance, effectively freezing Ukraine's membership path. Legally, leaving NATO isn't simple. Article 13 requires 1 year's notice, and Congress passed a 2024 law blocking any unilateral withdrawal without a 2/3 Senate vote. But constitutional scholars note that the limits of presidential power in foreign policy remain contested. Still, analysts say the bigger risk isn't a dramatic exit, it's a quiet hollowing out. Rather than withdrawing, the U.S. could selectively downgrade its commitments. The administration could divide allies into tiers, those who meet defense targets and align with U.S. goals, and those who don't. Article 5 would remain on paper, but its enforcement would become conditional. This dormant NATO transforms collective defense into a transactional arrangement, allowing Washington to keep leverage over Europe while shifting responsibility and risk back onto the continent. Europe is scrambling to respond. The EU's defense industrial strategy seeks to boost joint procurement and rebuild defense production. But experts estimate it will require hundreds of billions immediately and trillions over the next decade for Europe to build a credible deterrent without the United States. Many fear this race for autonomy is starting too late. The 2025 National Security Strategy signals a historic rupture. The U.S. may not formally leave NATO, but a conditional, weakened alliance is now a real possibility, with profound consequences for Ukraine, for Europe, and for America's global role. The question now is simple. Can Europe build a security system strong enough to survive a world where America's guarantees are no longer unconditional?